highs in the upper 80s. A storm surge warning remains in effect, and a hurricane watch and tropical storm warning are both in effect for the following parishes in Louisiana: Eastern Orleans, Lower Tangipahoa, Southeast St. Tammany, Southern Livingston, Southwestern St. Tammany, St. Charles, and St. John the Baptist. Here is the tropical weather outlook. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico, active systems, the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Francine, located over the western Gulf of Mexico. Central Tropical Atlantic M92, an elongated area of low pressure located over the Central Tropical Atlantic, continues to produce some disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for some slight development during the next day or two while the system moves westward at 5 to 10 miles per hour over the Central Tropical Atlantic. The disturbance is expected to reach an area of stronger upper-level winds on Thursday, likely ending its chances for development. Formation chance through 48 hours, low, 30%. Formation chance through 7 days, low, 30%. Eastern and Central Tropical Atlantic M93, a trough of low pressure over the Eastern Tropical Atlantic is producing a large but disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms from near the Khb46 Islands extending southwestward for several hundred miles. Environmental conditions appear favorable for gradual development of this system, and a tropical depression will likely form during the latter part of this week while the system moves west-northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, medium, 40%. Formation chance through 7 days, high, 80%. Francine moving northeastward across the western Gulf of Mexico. New information. Changes to watches and warnings. None current watches and warnings. A storm surge warning, tropical storm warning, and hurricane watch are in effect for Eastern Orleans, Lower Tangipahoa, Southeast St. Tammany, Southern Livingston, Southwestern St. Tammany, St. Charles, and St. John the Baptist. A storm surge warning and hurricane warning are in effect for coastal Jefferson Parish, Lower Lafourche, and Lower Terrebonne. A hurricane warning is in effect for Assumption, East Baton Rouge, Eastern Ascension, Iberville, St. James, Upper Lafourche, Upper Terrebonne, West Baton Rouge, and Western Ascension. A tropical storm warning and hurricane watch are in effect for Lower Jefferson, Northern Livingston, Upper Jefferson, Upper Plaquemines, and Western Orleans. A storm surge warning and tropical storm warning are in effect for Lower Plaquemines, Lower St. Bernard, Southern Hancock, Southern Harrison, and Southern Jackson. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Amite, Central Plaquemines, Central Tangipahoa, East Feliciana, Northern Hancock, Northern Harrison, Northern Jackson, Northern St. Tammany, Northern Tangipahoa, Pearl River, Pike, Grand Coulee, St. Helena, Upper St. Bernard, Waffle, Washington, West Feliciana, and Wilkinson. Storm information: about 300 miles southwest of New Orleans, Louisiana, or about 370 miles southwest of Gulfport, Mississippi. 27.0 M, 93.8 W. Storm intensity 90 miles per hour. Movement northeast or 35 degrees at 10 miles per hour. Situation overview. Hurricane Francine is forecast to move generally northeastward, paralleling the Texas Gulf Coast and eventually making landfall along the Louisiana coast late Wednesday as a hurricane. Hurricane and tropical storm warnings remain active across southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi. In addition to the potential for damaging winds, Francine will also bring the threat of life-threatening storm surge along the coastline and lake shores of southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi, where storm surge warnings are currently in place. Heavy rainfall along and to the east of the track will have the potential to cause flooding and flash flooding even in areas that don't normally flood. Rainfall flooding could be worsened due to the heavy rainfall with saturated grounds just last week. Next update. The next local statement will be issued by the National Weather Service in New Orleans, Louisiana around 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time, or sooner if conditions warrant. Flood watch remains in effect through Thursday morning. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? Portions of southeast Louisiana, including the following parishes: Assumption, Central Plaquemines, Central Tangipahoa, Coastal Jefferson Parish, East Baton Rouge, East Feliciana, Eastern Ascension, Eastern Orleans, Iberville, Lower Jefferson, Lower Lafourche, Lower Plaquemines, Lower St. Bernard, Lower Tangipahoa, Lower Terrebonne, Northern Livingston, Northern St. Tammany, Northern Tangipahoa, Grand Coupe, Southeast St. Tammany, Southern Livingston, Southwestern St. Tammany, St. Charles, St. Helena, St. James, St. John the Baptist, Upper Jefferson, Upper Lafourche, Upper Plaquemines, Upper St. Bernard, Upper Terrebonne, Washington, West Baton Rouge, West Feliciana, Western Ascension and Western Orleans, and Southern Mississippi, including the following areas: Amite, Northern Hancock, Northern Harrison, Northern Jackson, Pearl River, Pike, Southern Hancock, Southern Harrison, Southern Jackson, Waffle and Wilkinson. When, through Thursday morning. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. At 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time, or 0900 UTC, the center of Hurricane Francine was located near latitude 27.0 north, longitude 93.8 west. Francine is moving toward the northeast near 10 miles per hour, 17 kilometers per hour. A faster northeastward motion is expected today, and Francine is anticipated to make landfall in Louisiana within the warning area this afternoon or evening. After landfall, the center is expected to move northward across Mississippi on Thursday and Thursday night. Maximum sustained winds are near 90 miles per hour, 150 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Some additional strengthening is expected this morning. Francine is expected to weaken quickly after it moves inland. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 40 miles 65 kilometers from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 115 miles 185 kilometers. The estimated minimum central pressure is 977 millibars 28.85 inches. A hurricane watch and tropical storm warning are both in effect for the following parishes: in Louisiana, Lower Jefferson, Northern Livingston, Upper Jefferson, Upper Plaquemines, and Western Orleans. A tropical storm warning remains in effect for the following parishes: in Louisiana, Central Plaquemines, Central Tangipahoa, East Feliciana, Northern St. Tammany, Northern Tangipahoa, Grand Coupe, St. Helena, Upper St. Bernard, Washington, and West Feliciana, and the following counties: in Mississippi, Northern Hancock, Northern Harrison, Northern Jackson, Pearl River, Pike, Waffle, and Wilkinson. A hurricane warning remains in effect for the following parishes: in Louisiana, Assumption, East Baton Rouge, Eastern Ascension, Iberville, St. James, Upper Lafourche, Upper Terrebonne, West Baton Rouge, and Western Ascension. These are the 6 a.m. Central Daylight Time observations.